What's up, everybody? It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the CreditRepairShop.com. And in today's video, I'm going to do a little whiteboard here to give you a little bit about my company's secrets on why we do so well with repairing credit. And if you've been trying to repair your credit on your own and you've been getting stuff back from the bureau saying that it's verified, let me tell you what you might be doing wrong. Now, not to say that when something comes back uh, doesn't mean that it's verified, that it wasn't verified. But most of the time, when they send it back saying that it was verified, it's because they've mostly done what's called a database check. Let me get my pen here. They do a database. I don't know why you're acting up. So now let me just show you what a database search is. So you had the bureaus or the agencies, whatever we want to call them. They get your disputes. They check their own database for what the furnisher uploaded. So whatever the furnisher uploaded, if it matches, what they're going to do is they're going to just send it back verified. Let me spell that right, verified. And so let me show you what you got to do to get out of that little circle there, because it's going to come back to you and you're not going to be happy. So let me show you what you got to do. First, this is you. You're ready to get your credit going. You're ready to fix it. So you got your letters all ready for each of them. You have TransUnion, you have Equifax, and you have Experian. And you're sending those letters to the bureaus. So each of the bureaus are going to get their own letter. And what I see most people the most common mistake that people make is that they're just disputing that accounts do not belong to them. And what we do that's different than other companies, especially when it's not inaccurate. So let's just say if you have an account and it's not inaccurate, what is going to be the strategy to get that removed? Because we all know the goal is to get it removed. So what you need to do is you need to set it up so you don't have them run this process. Because if you say if it's inaccurate, what they're going to do is they're going to look at what the furnisher put into their database, the furnisher. What did they put in there through the Metro 2? Metro 2 is data that they upload each month to the bureaus. So all the bureaus are going to have to do is get your disputes, match it up against this, and because you said it's not yours and they have proof that it's yours, it's going to come back verified, go back to you, you're not going to be happy. So what you need to do is you need to say provide documentation. And you need to make sure that you put the statute for providing documentation proof, which everyone usually calls it the 609. Use that information in your letter, draft up that letter, and you want them to provide the information to you. So what's going to end up happening is when you do that, it's going to go to the bureaus, but it's going to force them, if you do this right, it's going to force them to resend to furnishers, which is creditors or debt collectors. They have to, because you're making a request that does not fit into the database search to make them automatically send it back as verified. I've seen this several times where the furnisher will actually respond to the individual and they'll have the letter, the letters that the bureaus were sent. And that's because it got into their hands. And now what, depending on how you ask and what you ask for in that provide documentation letter, which states the laws that they must, number one, prove everything that they're claiming on your credit reports. So you can see how we're taking this into a whole nother category. We're not trying to just say, oh, the debt is not mine or this bill is not mine, because that's going to just make it easy for them. When they get it, they're going to have to make sure that they double check all of the information. They're going to send it to you. They're going to send it to the bureaus. And if they don't have it, that's how it ends up getting deleted. I see this over and over and over and over and over again. And if it's done the right way, it will work all the time, because the furnishers, a lot of them, especially if you're dealing with debt collectors, what they're going to have to do if you're dealing with a debt collector. Let me draw it out here. So we have the credit reporting agencies. They're sending it to the furnisher. And then if the furnisher is a debt collector, they're going to have to send it to the original creditor to get that information to send back to the CRA, credit reporting agencies, or they're going to get it removed. Now, check this out. If it's a debt collector that was hired by another debt collector, they're going to have to send it to that original debt collector first, and then they're going to have to get it to the original creditor. And then they're going to have to get that over. And what I've seen when this process starts to happen, if it's a more recent debt, it makes it very favorable for a settlement, for a low settlement. If it's not a recent debt, I'm talking, it could be 6 months, a year. I'll take it back. If it's about a year or older, it will set it up for this debt to just be removed and potentially forgiven due to them not being able to get the paperwork from the original creditor. They have to get that information. So this is what you should do. Review this video, because this strategy right here works, like 99.9% of the time, almost 100% of the time, because it does take work. You are doing work. This is going to be individualized work on your behalf to get this done, but this is the formula that you should use to get it done. Because remember, right here, when you're just sending to the bureaus, you're saying that the account is not yours, you're trying to dispute them, and then they search their database, they don't even get it over to the furnisher, send it back verified, and send it back to you, and you're all sad. When this is the formula you need to use, you send it to each of the bureaus, but you draft individual letters, and your information that you're disputing can be on the same letter, but you need to draft a letter in the form of providing documentation for each individual item that you wish to dispute. And then you're going to force them to push it over to the furnishers. And depending on the situation with the furnishers, if it's a debt collector or original creditor, so it could be the original creditor here. It could be the original creditor. Then the original creditor must respond. And usually if it's the original creditor, they're going to respond to you, and they're going to respond back to the credit reporting agencies. But if it's not the original creditor, it's been sold, it's at a debt collection company, and that debt collector is assigned to collect it for another debt collector, it's going to have to go through all of these channels. They're going to have to get information from them, that has to come back to them because they don't have a relationship with the new debt collector that's been assigned. So that has to come back to them here, and then that goes back up to them, and then they're going to respond back to the CRAs. So that's why, look at all the work that they have to do. Look at all the mistakes that could happen. That's why if it's a recent debt, it can end up easily being settled for a lower amount. And if it's an older debt for 1 year or older, it could be removed and forgiven. And even if the debt doesn't go away, it could still be removed from your credit reports just because they don't get all of the information that they're supposed to. So if you need help with your credit, please visit our website, thecreditrepairshop.com. If you need your credit reports and scores, please visit the number 3scores.com, and I'll have that. Those links are below here, below the video. And please subscribe to the channel. Please post your questions and comments. In my next video, I'll go over and answer some of the questions and comments. And please like this video and please share. Thanks a lot. This is Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.